Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show with VSA 360. And indeed, last night we have seen the KLCI market really boost up after maybe it been hearing my plea, as I said before, over the past 2 months or more than 57 bars, the market has been going down. But finally, we see the Green Pentagon and the market did change and started to rally it in. So that's how has been one of the so-called success of our automated algorithm trading that we have seen before using the Green Pentagon, and I do hope that you liked it too. But of course, on the backdrop, those of you who has been following me a fair bit, I've been talking a lot about the US market and how the interest rate started to pause, and that's why we get the kind of rally that we're seeing right now. So it's no surprises where we are, but let me break it down to you this morning in our breakfast show. And of course, all this is only possible is because we've been doing a lot of our talk here. Let me just get on to all our regular program that we have here. So let's take a look at the breakfast show that we have this morning in here, and we want to start off with the event that we'll be doing. Now, for those of you who are in Klang Valley, I do hope that you have time tomorrow. I know it's Chengbeng, I know it's Puasa, right man, but we are at the Pataling Jaya festive startup tomorrow. We'll be there, so if you want to check out and meet me and my team there, we're definitely going to be there. So we have a booth there, so at 9 to 5 o'clock at the Day 1 Civic MPBJ in here. Alright, so check it out in here. So this morning we'll be talking about the Green Pentagon. And after all, we've been saying after the stage 4 downtrend, and then finally we have the stage 1 accumulation period that many of you would have seen it, and the market started to move bar by bar. So it's no coincidence that this thing happened in here. And after all, we've been saying this market been following so much. So one of the key things is really following the Pentagon guider, and those of you who has been with us probably know and very patient waiting for that Pentagon guider at least to give you that up signal ready to participate in some of the big move in here. I do know that those of you who had cut earlier on, when you saw that red Pentagon, at least you stayed away from the market for 2 months, and during that time you may have picked up some Robie FA stock, which we have it in the morning breakfast session in here, Monday session in, but this time you can actually pick up some of those trending stock. But yet to be seen are the smaller cap stock, whether they have moved up, but also we will check it out this morning in here. Now definitely, if you're inexperienced in the stock market, the VSA 360 is definitely one way, as we are doing all the hard work for you. Try out and sign up for our 10-day free trial, 010-266-9761 here. Alright, TradeVSA, right now we eat our intraday move and continue to upgrade our powerful analytics with the buy and sell guide of Insider, which we'll be looking at the portion goer. So don't go away yet, and we'll be right back. Now, of course, the Pentagon Guider continue to identify good stocks that we have seen in here. Some of these are kept, which is actually a poultry farm with making eggs and chicken, all those. So you can see some of those stocks are pretty done too well too. The AHX has done well, plus 31% in here. Maybank, I think, is turning back. Despite having the Green Pentagon in here, but I think it's coming back. Some of the other stock like Radco, check it out in your premium. So this morning, let's look at our VSA 360 that we have right now in here. If not, let's take a look at the overall market. Definitely, we have seen it started to turn Green Pentagon. You can see here, everything is Green Pentagon. That's very nice, right? You can see green on the US market, which, as I said before, those of you who've been following me on the podcast, it already turned Green Pentagon, and then you got Hong Kong turning, Singapore turning, and then finally Malaysia turning, right? Remember, big brother is Abang is what? Abang is the US market. And on Wednesday, remember, those of you who catch me on Wednesday on my live Facebook, what did I talk about? I spoke about the technology sector to look in the US market, right? Following by the after what we've seen in the banking crisis, and there is actually a disparity, a non-correlation between the local technology sectors and the US technology sectors, right? Meaning US technology sectors has started to move up, but our local technology sector has not moved. So there's a little bit of catch up. You will play that. You can see also some of those stocks will start to pick up, and you can also use the Green Pentagon so far here. So let's take a look at the foreign funds. Yes, foreign funds sudah balik. Haha, okay. So foreign funds sudah balik. You can see here, this is what we are looking for. And as I said before, if you get this kind of nice foreign fund coming back in here, then you're going to get this move up. So let's see, whether the market can break up. Right now, it is at 1424 this morning here. And let's go back here, 1424. And market has been up. Remember, it's been up for the last 3 days, so I don't think that this market has a 3 day already, so maybe a little bit of pullback coming back. Healthcare sector been strong, followed by property, but let's turn this up. Everything is up, green is pretty good here. So if you have not been following or using the smart Robie, then you miss out. For those of you using a VSA 360, would have picked it up long time ago. So you can see from here, pretty much half of almost 80% of the sectors has turned, except for construction and transportation. That is really depending on the budget so far that's been addressing in here. The KLCI, healthcare. Healthcare is one of the better started moving up in here. And this is where we have the 3 breakouts, all right? 1, 2, and third. Remember, third breakout usually are the more powerful one. And I do think this time, the healthcare with the amendment to their ASP prices, the average selling prices, you all know this, right? And that's why these stocks can really move up on the health sector in here. And you can see many of the others finance stocks are also moving up nicely. Finance stocks will have to play catch up, right? So that is another area that those of you who want to be looking at, that will be a good area to be checking out in here. Overall, we can see the KLCI in our VSA 360 pretty solid in here and able to pick up some of these stocks. Okay, still running in here. So we just have to wait. Yep. And you can see down 4%. Okay, let me just move up here. Down 4% in here. We cannot be down eventually. If you look at US market, started to pick up in here. So this one eventually, it's going to have April and May. It's going to be a comeback month. Okay, we're not going to be minus 4% in here. Things are looking good. You can also notice that our Prime Minister, the 10th Prime Minister Anwar, been going many places, isn't it? They've been going to China. He's in China now in Hai Lam. He also went to Cambodia. Previously, he went to Saudi, doing a lot of foreign fund investment. So all this has not been played out or been reported in the media, right? So this kind of things eventually is going to really to move up. And once the media start picking about all this FDI coming in here, you can see the KLCI will start to move back. So this is where I've been being a market watcher for in our market for this long, and sometimes these things you usually do know about it. So that's why I want to give you a heads up. For those of you who have our VSA 360 in here, do not be overly bearish, as this market has a little bit more room to go. Now let's look at some of the stocks that we have in here. Has turned Green Pentagon. I think a lot of them have turned Excel Force, Affin Bank. So as I said before, a lot of the finance banks started to turn. So you can see from here, Time.com also turned MFCB. Inari also turned Green Pentagon. That was only yesterday, right? Technologies and Inari. Remember, on Wednesday, I talked about the disparity between the local technology stock versus the US stock. And this is where they're going to be playing catch up. All right, so check out Inari, Frontcan, CRM, all this, Coastal, George Can, Press Metal, Yinsun, QL, Summa already turned Green Pentagon in here. So that's why sometimes it's good to keep your powder green. And then if you're investing in here, I think you have a slightly different strategy. But if you are trading certain places, you need to cut loss. Right? So I think that's important to recognize, meaning going forward. So a lot of these are already turned Green Pentagon, 30th, 31st, 31st. So that is giving the nice kind of boost to the much needed market that we have here. All right. So because, things has been down, people will just kind of be waiting and waiting. So finally, we are getting what we finally deserve in here. All right. So let's move on to, we've done that one. And finally, last week, I was saying that the resistance 1450 was difficult to break, but finally I think on today's Friday, Wednesday we turn Green Pentagon in here. But what is noticeable in the setup of the VSA is the climatic action, which we'll see in the next chart here. That climatic action came, and we always noticed the number of bars has been down for too long. Like I said before, like a rubber band been stretched too long, it's really have to snap back. And then we have the Green Pentagon in here, make it so much easier for you, those of you after a stage 1 accumulation. Then the market started to move up, and this was where we were. That we talk about in here, and you can see from here there is climatic volume action in here. Market sell down, no follow through, and then started to move sideways. Many times the climatic action, the kind of huge volume, will actually stop the completely downward move, and the market moves sideways. At that point, I also said it touches the low 1380, but you noticeable is that it's not able to move any lower from here, and then the market turned up. But eventually we'll see the so-called railway track started to turn back up. Right now we're trending higher, so the next question is, where is the resistance? We saw the resistance was 1450 broken through, but I do think that at this point market will go start to pull back very fast in here. Now if you look at the VSA 360 plug-in, looking at the futures, we tend to be leading indicator compared to the CI, the cash market. It's been down for 38 bars. Here you can see here 38 bars, so that's why you want to get the VSA 360 plugin, so you're able to see all this 38 bars with 56 days, 56 days of downtrend. And the last time when we had this was 48 days in August. So this so-called from January 31st of January to the 31st of December, almost 2 months, the market has been one of the longest downtrend, and also on the backdrop of the banking crisis that we see. But notice the surge of volume that pushes this market, and I think this market is there's also a lot of short covering. Now last week we do have one stock, MGRC, so let's take a look at it. Where is MGRC, and where were we heading? So let's look at the chart here. MGRC. All right, so the chart here, you can see right now this chart, you can see last week 27, market did go up but then came back down. There were no foreign insider buying or not, so the market, but it sort of slightly to recover back in here. I know it's difficult, so you just gotta open up this one, then you can see much better from here. You can see the chart wise showing the overall market that we see here. All right, so all markets, like it or not, will form very similar to what we see for the respective KLCI. I think that's going to move in here. That was the only Green Pentagon on the intraday alert, and right now we've been holding it. Didn't really move much. There's no insider buying in here. This was last week. Falco in here. So let's take a look at this morning, and so let's go to VSA 360 and check out some of our premium menu here under intraday alert. So you can see a lot of stocks. Yinsun has turned Green Pentagon early on. We have seen from our notice board, Nilex, MYEG, PLS, SF Tech, and CapNet, and MYEG. So all this has turned. You can see from here, this stock turned Green Man, so you don't really need to go to. You can actually check it out from here onwards. This is a new stock, PLS. Okay, started to turn up. SPR, this is a really nice setup in here, nice accumulation. So next week we're going to come and check it out, some of these stocks, and this stock is only very low volume right now at 936, so it may have gone up a bit. So make sure you check out with your real-time execution platform. Those of you, if you want to take a look at this stock in here, definitely ROE is 19 times with the PE of 64, pretty expensive. This is a loss-making market, and this kind of stocks you don't be looking at, so that's why I make it so much easier. And not that time consuming, just need to mouse over it, and you probably pick up many of these stocks in here. This is a top 30 volume, so MYEG, as I said before, we'll be looking at that one because a little bit told me that the insider buying is coming in for this stock. So we really want to check out whether the insider is buying in or not of here, right? Now, as you can say before, many people are not aware of the Green Pentagon, or they're sort of giving it up, but this market is going to start moving in here, and that's where you want to be in, all right? So let's go on to the insider buying right now. Any chance? And of course, Peter Lynch, one of the big promoter of insider buying, would say if insiders sell, many reasons, but when it buys, tend to rise in here. And like now, the academic study that we have will proven you're able to make abnormal return knowing that. And of course, our TradeVSA insider covers both analysts to buy, call to buy, call to sell, call to hold. These are the so-called indicator that you see here. And also when they do some sort of off-market transfer and others bonus issues here. So you can see from here, CY Park on the backdrop has gained considerably after a long period of accumulation, almost up 150% in here. And then if you have a little bit of profit, you want to be taking Toyo, when also same thing in here. So let's take a look at where we have last week who is buying and selling. Now previously we were saying about Chin Hin, right? You can see huge accumulation in here. And let's take a look at the market right now where we are, right, on Chin Hin. So Chin Hin, right, and I think this one has done pretty well. You can see from the chart wise, the market really punched through. There was a Green Pentagon early on, so just have to give it a bit of a minute in here for the charts to come out. Yep, you can see here a nice follow through. This was where the Green Pentagon came in on the 24th, right? And no surprises, 800k, 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 and this was 4.9 million. Oh, this abang really really believe. Who is it? Dato Sri. I think this one very easy to Google. He is one of the so-called board member, owner, family business running, buying and selling. So that's what this stock. All right. No, how do I say it? No surprises are, sometimes when you see a huge buying like this, and that's why you want to be getting the VSA 360 insider buying. On this alone itself, the kind of information that you get will put you in really advanced out here. Okay, so this is where the really buying comes in here. And also, this was on 24th when we were discussing about this in here. Next was Pelican on the 17th after seeing a meteoric rise. Let's take a look at Pelican here. Right, Pelican, and you can see from here the Pelican buying and selling. Oh, okay, let's try one more time. The server is usually gets very busy early in the morning because a lot of morning processing in here. And this stock has sold off on the other day, but since then still maintaining that nice uptrend in here. After that, only 3 occasions of buying, you don't see this market actually going up anymore here. So you can see from here, this is the situation that we have, but I do think it can hold on to it. So let's take a look at the next one we have was RC Cap. All right, remember RC Cap was bought a lot by the owner Tan Sri Asman Hashim bought this, and I did think that this was really at the support, right? So again, whether this is true or not, check it out. So you can put RC Cap, right? So this is why you want to be using the insider report to give you the kind of edge. And again, this server here, let's try one more time. Yep, that's right. So you can see here 6.8 good, and you can see here lots of buying, right? Finally turned Green Pentagon. This is a good one. Just turned Green Pentagon on 29, right? As I said before, the banking crisis is over. Many of these finance stocks, and it is number 3 out of the financial services, number 2 out of the other financial services in here. Growth stock, long-term Sharia main board. So for our Muslim friend, definitely a great one here. So this is the one that you want to be looking at for RC Capital. All right. So this week, last week 24th, we also seen a lot of buying by Syntex, right? So Syntex, another one here. So check it out. So Syntex are the stocks. Okay, hit it. And again, you will see too, the stock continue to hold its level, right? When insider are buying, it will always hold its level in here. You can see hold its level around $3 stocks and then started to move back here. Lim Peng Cheong, this could be one of those call to buy for a price at what price is on here? I think $4. If you can't see it, just click it up in here, and that way you can see call to buy at $4. Okay, $3.44. So $4 a lot of upside from where we are looking at. So that's going to be good because right now it's doing $3, $4, $5, $4, a lot of upside. And you can see here also upside 22nd of March, about a 15%. Those of you who like some sort of fundamental stock for this one here. For Scientech, so our MYEG, that's the one that turned Green Pentagon. And you can also see the owner, Dato Wong, is also buying right now here. And you can see from this stock, okay, lots of buying. And turn Green Pentagon this morning. That's right, first time turn Green Pentagon. Of course, next week we'll come back and check it out whether this, of course, the periodicity you'll notice about the news. If you go down to the news, it's going to come out. It's about the concern that they have about losing a lot of the projects, but eventually when the market is hot, sudah balik. But you can see at this bottom 61 cent, and right now holding up 70 cent. That's a fair bit of money that you can get. And okay, so you can see from here, lots of 2 million, 5 million, 5 million. So a lot of the owner really going buy. All right, so this is one stock. Next we have is Hex Industry, the rubber glove. And let's see, there are some buying. So looks at who's buying, right? So Hex Industry or Hexstar, right? And you can see from here, Hex Industry has been a downtrend for many months. A lot of selling in here, right? But finally, 3.2 million, Dato Ong, Eddie Ong, so he's buying. So let's see, 6.1 million, a fair bit, all right? Another 4 million. Banyak beli tau. Wow, look at that. No doubt there were some of them early on. Dato Chan cut loss lah. So this fella, the owner, is buying. We'll come back and see whether next week this stock will do well. And remember, we saw the healthcare sector, right? We did do a coverage on that one, so you have a good idea where the healthcare sectors are moving for this stocks for the insider buying. All right, so that's all we have for this morning in here. And tomorrow we will be at the TradeVSA booth exhibition for the Petaling Jaya Startup Festive in Petaling, in Klang Valley. If you're in Klang Valley, do drop by, or you can go over to the Facebook. This is one of the event by a startup. We hope to showcase our smart Robie to the world, especially to the Malaysians, and many of you just come over and say hello. And with that, just like all our members in here, we really want to add them to go through our training, the regular training in here. We are building up the VSA dashboard to ensure they become a very profound and educated trader through all our analytics in here. And of course, those of you who want to check out our 10-day free trial, this is the stock code you can use up here. And of course, if you're ready, you can always subscribe to our TradeVSA 360 for loading. So thank you for coming. And with that, if you have any stocks that you want me to review, feel free to check it out in here. I will take a look at it too. With that in mind, I wish you all the best. And I'll see you guys, those of you who are here tomorrow at the Day 1 Civic MPPJ. All right. Thank you for coming. And don't forget to share our YouTube link with those of you who want to follow us, and the Telegram stock chat room in here for all things that is stock market in here. All right. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you. If not, I'll be back on Monday with our breakfast show with Smart Robie.